Hey, it's Jenny. Welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. I am filming this at the end of the day because I'm bad at intros. Today is a very treat myself kind of day where I just want to do some mindless hobbies and not worry about things. So my friends actually gave me a book nook thing. If you don't know what it is, I'm gonna put an image up here. So they gave me a book nook as part of my birthday gift, and as someone who has loved putting together Legos and everything, but does not appreciate the aesthetic of Legos. I'm so sorry to people who do, but they're so ugly when you're done with it. I was really excited to try this because it's definitely a lot more pleasing to look at in the final product, and I also think it's just extra challenging because there's a bit of electrical wiring that needs to be done, and I think that's super cool. I'm sure there's that in other Lego projects as well. What am I even talking about? For the sake of building up my bookshelf and everything, my friends could not have given me a more perfect gift. So I'm gonna do that this vlog, and you get to watch me just build in silence with music, and then I'll also probably read a bit through the night and the evening, and we'll see what else comes from it. But yeah, it's just gonna be a chill day with not too much. I am also going through my girly times every month, so I'm not gonna push myself and do a bunch of stuff. We're just gonna have a cozy day, and thank you for coming along with me. Let's go. I am very intimidated by the amount of pieces that are in this, so wish me luck. Right away, I'm very happy with the start because there's little sunflower painting here that looks a lot like Van Gogh. It's not actually, but it's a well-appreciated spoof. Okay, I'm assuming these are the instructions. And this is the part I'm most scared of. The electrical wiring. I genuinely feel like I am always the product of my own demise. And this is alluding to what I had mentioned in my most recent non-vlogmas video on the reading targets and reading challenges experiment. I have to get Patronus's dinner ready. But really quickly, in the reading target reading challenge video, I mentioned that I always place these requests or holds on the library, and then they come, and then I keep like parking them until I just feel bad after like the 5th or 6th time delaying the hold. So this book came, and I know I said I was gonna read, he wants his dinner. I know I said I was gonna read Beartown after yesterday's Vlogmas episode, but a book came on the library the night, like literally that night. So I decided, you know what, I've put this off long enough. I feel bad. I'm gonna just get it and read it. So we're not doing Beartown right now. We're probably gonna do that tomorrow. We'll just kind of read 2 books at once. Today, you might already see a preview. I'm gonna be trying Our Wives Under the Sea. I'm so excited to read this one. It was actually recommended to me by one of my friends in my book club, like my local book club, and she brought it up while, oddly relevant still, but she brought it up while that whole CEO submarine debacle was going on. Not funny, but kind of funny. And she mentioned it reminded her of this book that she really enjoyed. So I need to get to it. It's not the most Christmassy book I can be reading, but we're just gonna go for it because I've delayed long enough. But first, Patronus's dinner, and I'm gonna get myself a cup of tea. Okay, so the food's all heated. For those who don't know, he gets a home-cooked diet. He eats well. He is very spoiled. And on top of, or inside, we add some extra like dog supplements. So that's his food cooling down so he can eat soon. I have my tea ready as well. So we're just gonna go back to reading until it's time for him to get his food in 10 minutes. Break.
Before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a...
Okay, it's just past midnight. The rest of the house is asleep, so I am whispering. After a very long interlude of watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I went back to reading. Connie and I decided actually to, I think last year we were doing our Harry Potter watch through, and we finished at, I think it actually might have been Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We weren't sure, but we also weren't feeling the Goblet of Fire today. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. So we decided to just like skip it and go to Order of the Phoenix and just start our watch through from there again. It was great. It was also very unpleasant because there's just so many unpleasant things in the Order of Phoenix that it's just like so heavy on world building, but also like it's kind of the coming of age and becoming adult moment where there's just a lot of drama too. So comfort movie, maybe not, but it's still fun to watch. So anyway, Our Wives upside down, Our Wives Under the Sea. I realized I forgot to explain what this book was about. Essentially, like I alluded to with that whole submarine accident that happened in real life, Our Wives Under the Sea is about a couple, and basically one of the wives is a marine biologist and she ends up on a submarine expedition. She ends up trapped under the submarine for 6 months, and her wife has no idea, you know, what's going on and just has to wait for her at home. The story starts after she has already returned, though we're given very little context as to what happened in those 6 months and the full, you know, play-by-play of the occurrences during that crazy accident and freak kind of like technical issue. Little by little, it gets revealed to you through switching perspectives. The wife who stayed at home, I'm trying to remember their names, I think it was Miri who stayed at home, she gets the longer chapters in the writing. Meanwhile, Leia, who's the marine biologist who went through the actual situation, gets like 1 page at a time that reveals little tidbits of the moment of the submarine kind of sinking and losing contact with the rest of the world. It is already just, the writing is so eloquent and so beautiful that I am just really excited to continue to read. There's just excellent descriptions, excellent characterization, and there's the perfect amount of horror, which is like this much horror, this much body horror that is used to create like metaphors and imagery for trauma and for how relationships evolve and, you know, fill up the space around a traumatized person and the events that would have happened to them. I'm so interested to see how Julia Armfield continues to expand this story. I see so many really good ratings about this book, and my friend recommended, and I think it's been a really good recommendation from her, and I'm glad that it's not too much horror because I'm not a horror reader. I will say it's not the most pleasant book to be reading during Christmas, obviously, so we'll see if I still go through with Beartown. I might end up just picking up a more lighthearted book after, so that I can at least enjoy the holiday season and then go back to Beartown once the holidays are over, because I know that book is always also going to be pretty emotionally heavy. On that note, it is pretty late. We're coming on like just midnight, which is late for me, and there's a lot we're gonna do tomorrow, so I'm gonna head to bed. My Patronus is already snoozing, and thank you so much for joining for day 2 of Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed the little crafts, and tomorrow I'll be back with a video where we go on a little indie bookstore crawl. I'll do a haul because it's been a very long time since I bought books. So all the good books I read this year I have in my wish list tag on Storygraph, and I'm gonna go through the stores and see which ones I can find and which ones I can pick up and just treat myself to a nice little book haul for the holidays. So you can come join us for that tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.